idea that Charlie would want her to advocate everyone pull their donations from the organization he built.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
No one hates Charlie more than Candace Owens.
Anybody who's objective would say, no, actually, when it comes to Candace Owens, nobody cared about Charlie Kirk more than Candace Owens. That, I think, we can all universally agree upon. But for Tim to immediately come right out of the gate on this clip and say that nobody hates Charlie Kirk more than Candace Owens, nobody loved Charlie Kirk more than Candace Owens, and that includes his wife, or widow, I should say. But believe me when I tell you, Timmy's got a lot more to say.
She spits on his grave and she smiles while doing it. Okay, quote over. And I'll say this because Charlie spent his life building out these organizations. Candace is doing everything in her power to tear them down. She hates Charlie. She hates what Charlie built, and she wants it to burn. She hates Charlie's family. She hates Charlie's friends. She's accused them of killing him. She's accused his wife of having knowledge of these events. And then she comes out and says, I never said that. Not in the literal sense, but there's literally no other logical conclusion to what you're saying. Candace is advocating you abandon Turning Point USA. It's kind of remarkable to see.
But that's a good thing. Abandon Turning Point USA. Absolutely. There is no organization in the United States that had a greater impact on Christian Zionists supporting Israel below the age of 35 than TPUSA. Nothing could ever come close. Incredible grift in what they were able to accomplish over the past decade plus.
Who do you think cares more about Turning Point? The people trying to salvage and save it, or the woman telling everybody to pull their donations? Then you can ask yourself this.
I'm going to ask you this. Why in the fuck should Turning Point USA be saved? What do they do besides grift for corporate special interests? Some people think that they're just above reproach. Well, now that he's falling down the side of the mountain, because when you go from that level down to where he's at now you see what happens when they really start to crash out. Because eventually, if Tim doesn't have a large audience, then those corporate checks are not coming anymore. You're only as good as how much of an audience you can sucker into falling for your bullshit. Eventually, when they're hip to what you're up to, they just move on.